Hello, everybody. Hypnotic, I see you with your 10 stream. You freaking guy, you. How's it going, everybody? If you haven't noticed, your boy plays with his hair. If you ever see my bandana flipped up, it's because unapologetically I've been playing with my hair. I've been doing it since I was like 5 years old. It's just a habit. I just be stimming sometimes. How's everybody doing? Today, we start the first solo stream of 2026 with something I'm affectionately going to be calling Backlog Cleanup. So, Backlog Cleanup is going to be if there is a game that your boy has not finished, has started on stream, and has played and enjoyed and wants to go back to, but for some reason stepped away from, that is what this is going to be for. It's going to have its own playlist on YouTube. It's just going to be called Backlog Cleanup. And it's going to be miscellaneous videos of me doing this. That's fair. I usually play with a hat if I'm wearing one. But yeah, like, it is just going to be your boy playing whatever he needs to be playing to finish and clean up these backlog games that he started. I'm tired of people talking about Ghost of Tsushima and then me being like, oh, I never beat that. Same with Horizon. Those aren't games I started on stream, but they are games that need to be played and beaten at some point. I love both of those games. I just never commit to finishing them. So, this is equal parts my responsibility to you guys to finish the games that I start, but also a responsibility to you guys to help me finish these games. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get Undusted started up here. One thing I will note, since this is the first episode of what will now become its own section of videos, there will not be a consistent continuity. Like, you will not see Undusted from the beginning. You will see picking up from where I left off on stream. Also important to know, that might not be every game. Some games I might need to restart, and the reason I might need to restart is because of a mechanics issue, something I had to learn that I have since forgotten, for just the sake of, like, brevity of, like, oh man, I have to try and remember how to play this entire game. Maybe it's just easier for me to go back and do the tutorial again. Stuff like that. It might not always be the same experience on this. It is just going to be a slapdash, go and feel based on vibes. If it's a full playthrough, it will be listed as such, and it will have its own unique collection. If it is Blabber Boys, it is going to be like podcast-ish playthroughs, where we are talking, the story is there, but it is not necessarily always going to be front and center. It is going to be the boys talking. Before I forget to do it, I'm going to turn the volume down for this guy just a little bit, because it looks like it's out voluming me a little bit. For people who were around for Undusted the previous time, you will remember, but for the people who were not, Undusted is a game about a girl who is cleaning up her mother's house after she has passed away. Her father passed away when she was young. Her mother and father had very good memories when they were both together. When her father had passed her, or potentially left, it's kind of tough to say. It seems like there was a divorce, then dad died, then mom died. I could be wrong on that, but she is returning as an adult to clean out her mother's house, which has been left and is in a slight state of disarray. So if you're a fan of games like Power Wash Sim, this is pretty similar. I'm going to switch over to it, and we are going to pick up from where we left off last time I streamed this. It probably isn't going to be the longest. I'm starting with this one so we can get the completion on the road, because this is the kind of stuff we live for, man. We live for, you know, completing tasks, checking something off a list. It's what gives us motivation to keep going, stuff like that. ADHD stuff, I don't know, man. But anyway, let's get going on this. Oh my god, somebody remembered this game. No, shut up. Was there only 4 missions left? No way. Is this for real? Were there actually only 4 missions left? Dude, if there were only 4 missions left, I'm gonna feel so bad. Alright, let's get going. Where the dream now resides. Only mom's room was left. Holding the old doorknob, I felt as though I were about to meet mom herself after all this time. Her room was filled with boxes, all neatly labeled and sorted by purpose. Somehow, it seemed like she knew she wouldn't be coming back. One box in particular caught my attention. Things I couldn't throw away. This box contained many trophies that I had never seen before.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are ya? Nerdstorm, welcome in. We're doing some pretty cozy stream. We are on, for the people who weren't here when I was just explaining it, this is Backlog Cleanup. I'm going to be playing games that I previously started on stream, trying to finish them up on stream. Yeah, this is Undusted. It's a lot of fun. It's real cozy. If you guys are into that cozier side of video games, this is a good one. Where did she get all these from? I really don't know anything about Mom. Hints become available after 70%. Exactly like the symbol I saw on the teacup. Ooh, I'm scared to do that myself. My backlog is way too long. Like I said, it's just games for right now. It is just games that I previously started on stream and have not finished on stream. But yeah, dude, I believe in you. But I do like cozy games. I played this at PAX, dog. This shit's really good. I really, really like this game. Also, the people at Toge were amazing. Me and Danny talk about our time with Toge and like the games they let us play and try out on one of Danny's videos on YouTube. If you can find the PAX 2025 video for PAX East, very, very cool section talking about meeting Toge and how nice they were. Akira, I believe his name was. Akira. Very, very cool gentleman. They gave us a bunch of coffee from Indonesia. Danny did not partake because he's not a coffee drinker, but it was kind of tasty, man. I kind of wish I used it right. Like, I wish I did my pour over coffee stuff with it. Because, yes, I'm pretentious and have a pour over coffee maker. And right now, it's coming in clutch that I have one of those because our old coffee maker fucking broke on us. But, yeah, we're going to be doing some cozy indies for right now. I'm going to be Bob Rossing it up. So that looks like a glass piece. So, yeah, it needs polished. Alright, so hints. There we go. Not a coffee drinker changes my whole mindset about Danny. Yeah, dude, he's more of an energy drink man himself. Broke on you? Are you guys okay? Yeah, we're fine. No, it just like one day it stopped pulling water out of the tank, like the reservoir. So it has since just been us making pour over coffee, which, hey, if you guys have never had the chance to have pour over coffee, tastes amazing, let me tell you. Pour over coffee, I will say, tastes a lot better than just like normal drip coffee. That being said, it can be a pain in the ass to not just set your coffee maker like 12 hours ahead of time and have it, and then like you know it's ready when you're ready for it. I don't know what that is. What, drip coffee? Like drip coffee versus pour over coffee? So pour over coffee is when you like, so drip coffee is like a coffee maker. So if you have a coffee maker and like you set that shit up, you like put in the filters and you just let it do its thing, that is what's called drip coffee. Because the coffee drips down in like random, oh, you have a Keurig, okay. Keurig is like a style of drip coffee. It is, I'll be real, I fucking hate Keurig coffee. There was one point where I moved in with my mom and after college, and she like did not do Keurigs. I can tolerate it if it's all that's there, but like I try my best not to do Keurigs if I can help it. That stuff tastes like booty water to me, dog. But yeah, when I moved in with my mom, she had gotten away from Keurig because, much like myself, she was a creature of convenience. And then she got away from it as well and realized, you know, a little bit of effort makes it a little more worth it. And dude, I'm not gonna lie, I think Power Wash Sim might have made me better at this game. But yeah, so she had the drip coffee maker. She had one where you could like set it up hours in advance. And I really, really liked that you could do that. So I said to Becca when we first moved in together, I said, I really want this coffee maker. And she's like, well, I have a Keurig for now. So we lasted on the Keurig for a little bit. And then once we switched to that one, we were like, wow, the coffee does taste a lot better when it's not this. And then after we got it, we got really, really used to it. And after a little bit, I won't lie, I started being like, this doesn't taste that good anymore. Why doesn't this taste that good anymore? So then I said, well, now I'm kind of curious about pour over coffee. And pour over coffee is quite literally like, if you ever seen, have any of you ever played Persona 5? This is going to be a great way to describe this. There we go. That was really quick. Before I get too deep into this, I'll explain. Dad, what's that? A trophy? I'll just keep reading. Yep, I got this for winning first place in a math competition. Cool, huh? Wow, does Mom know? Well, there's no way you wouldn't show her something this cool. Of course she knows. I bragged about it all the time. I've only played Persona 3 Reload. I played maybe a couple minutes. Okay. So Persona 5, the main character can work in like a coffee/curry place. By the way, two of my favorite things. I fucking love curry, Japanese, Indian, what the fuck ever. I love curry and I love coffee. But they make pour over coffee there. And if you've ever seen those like real tall like glass carafes and they have the filter directly in it and somebody's like pouring over it with like the kettle, that's pour over coffee. So you essentially are bypassing the machine. You are heating up the water to a temperature where you feel comfortable, and then you pour it over the water slowly and let it drip down. The reason it tastes better is because it's not like in a puck condensed or anything like that. It's not like dripping randomly, and it's not superheating the water, so you're more in control of everything, which means the flavor is like a lot better. Like even my wife, who like was not sure it would taste any better, is like, no, yeah, it tastes better. But yeah, we are currently doing pour over coffee. So we're making coffee. I've been saying making manual coffee or manually making coffee because we're essentially doing it by hand. I even have a grinder so that I can grind up beans if needed, but we haven't done that in a while. But then she'd look at me with that sullen look and bring the box. A box? Adora, how about a snack? We have cheesecake. Dad, don't change the subject. Damn. I don't know what culture it's from, but I want to try that coffee that's heated in a small kettle in the sand. Oh, I don't know. Trophy I had never seen before. Writing competition first place. Lily Mayer. It has the same symbol as the teacup. Turkish, I think. Is that Turkish coffee? So this was the box that Dad had mentioned. I took out a few trophies and read the plates. School writing competition winner, youth short story competition excellence award, novel contest first place, all for Lily Mayer. These accolades demonstrated how much she had achieved, and they were all proof of a dream Mom once had. She was talented enough to win these awards. Why didn't she pursue writing as a career? Yeah, it's Turkish coffee. I just looked it up on TikTok. And why did she stop me from chasing my dreams so badly? One after another, thoughts endlessly flowed into my mind. BRB, gotta check on units. You're good. You're good. Honestly, I should probably eat some of my dinner. I'm sitting here talking about like food and drink. Your boy is hungry. Oh, a typewriter? This is gonna be bomb as fuck. Things were never the same after Mom threw away my cassette tape. I couldn't pretend that nothing had happened. As animosity persisted through high school, as I left home to study music at a distant university, I told myself I wouldn't call her until I had succeeded. Back then, I believed that once I graduated university, success would easily find its way to me. However, just as Mom had warned, the world was much colder than I had thought. Awards and words of praise became more and more meaningless. The further I drifted from success, the more I avoided calling Mom. I could hear what she'd say. That's why I tried to stop you. I told you it'd be a waste of time. Wasn't ready to hear those words. Did I forget my fucking... I did. Hold on, chat. I forgot my seltzer water. the fuck just sad trombone to me? I'll remember that when y'all forget something. You remember that, I'll remember that. Bitch ass. Not this man who sent me 2 Avatar fucking TikToks after I said I don't like the Avatar movies. I wasn't ready to hear those words to my face, even after I had to change my phone number. Couldn't bring myself to call her. Also, to be fair, you sent me one about people who never watched the movies. I got 3/4 of the way through the first one, and I just didn't like it. It's not that I never watched it. I just didn't like it. I was like, wow, this looks cool. I don't care about any of it. That's just how I felt about it. I don't know why. Something about Avatar just made me not care. After some time, I received an unexpected call from my aunt. My mom had passed away. Why did I say aunt? I'm white. I say aunt. That was a weird little aside that I just had with myself. So I'd be able to call her anytime I wanted. Whoa! Can't use that word on Twitch. Listen, I'll admit, okay? I've seen the Fire Lady from the trailers. I've seen her. She's fine. I get it. Chat. I get it. But that still doesn't make me care about the movies. You know? There's got to be a little bit more complexity to it. I get it. Some of them are fun to look at. Some of the characters in these movies, they're nice little visuals of their own, you know? But I didn't have the courage to. That would mean I'd have to admit she was right all along. This is gonna be a good clean, brother. Oh, the clicky noises? You guys hear that? That like. Yeah, that's very nostalgic. I feel really bad to this day because when my wife and I were like just married, we stayed at this Airbnb on the property, and they had a little typewriter that you could like type messages and like leave notes for them. I literally was typing like, "We had a very nice stay. This was very nice. Blah 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 blah." Like it was great to be able to stay on property and not have to go far. Thank you for offering this. I got maybe 4 words in, and that shit jammed, and like all the keys locked up. And I was like, I don't know what to do. I feel really bad. So on our way out, I was like, "Hey, I tried to type a message on the typewriter, and I think it jammed and broke." And they're like, "It's okay. It happens a lot." I was like, "Okay, but I do want you guys to know I really enjoyed staying here. Please don't kill me or bill me. Depending on how much the bill would be, it's probably the same thing." Guys, this is a good brain scratch game, man. It just be scratching your brain. I wonder how many younger people wouldn't even know how to begin to use it. I knew like enough, you know? I didn't know enough to be like proficient with it. Obviously, I didn't know how to like unjam and fix it, but I knew enough to like type on it and like when to like pull the slide and all that stuff. how to like adjust the paper in it. 85. That's crazy. Moving the bar on me. In a game with two conflicting standpoint or like viewpoints, is it possible that it was, oh my god, was it all about perspective the whole time? Sometimes you got to use the detective vision, and that's okay. That's what it's there for. How's everybody's day going? Everybody enjoying their new year so far? Everybody set their resolution? Everybody plan to do something? My resolution this year is to get caught up on old Doctor Who and to cancel our BritBox subscription. Because the only reason I have that shit is to watch old Doctor Who, because I'm a stubborn bitch. And I said if I ever started watching Doctor Who, I would want to watch all of it. I would want to watch the old stuff. Because every time somebody talks about Doctor Who in my presence, they're always like, oh yeah, dude, I love any doctor above the number 9. And I'm like, what do you mean? Why does nobody like 1 through 7 or 1 through 8 rather? And everyone's like, oh, that's because nobody ever fucking watched them because they're like ancient and from the 60s and you can only watch it on like British broadcasting shit. And half of it is missing because like the fucking studio at which the episodes were housed like caught fire and shit. All right, I just clocked out. I'm about to drive home. I'll be back when I'll be back in when I am. You know, you're good, dog. You're good. Hold on. Look at that. Look at that. See? That's because I know how typewriters work that I can do that. No, I'm gonna clean it like a not degenerate and clear level 14 the right way. Are you leaving? If I don't go now, I'll be late for my flight. You have a lot of luggage. I'll drive you to the airport. It's fine. I know you're busy. I'll be going now. Adora. A typewriter that looks like a prop from a black and white film. It seems that mom typed her stories on it. Come to think of it, that was the last conversation we ever had. I had left without looking back, determined to return only when I had succeeded. I wanted to prove Mom wrong, but that door I shut so firmly never opened again. I opened the small drawer at the bottom of the typewriter. Inside were sheets of paper and the attic key. Most of the papers were stories Mom had written. The rest seemed to be contracts. Among the papers were a few letters that began with the salutation, "Dear Mrs. Lily Mayer." I picked up a letter that was filled with writing. It's been some time since I last penned a letter to you. I recall in your previous letters that you had been a fan of mine for some time now. I wanted to let you know that I read the story you had sent this time as well. Please understand that I say this for your sake. I have read your works for a long time now, and they lack any aspect of exceptionality. Certainly, you can make a livelihood out of your writing, but I doubt the standard alone would be satisfactory for you. I understand your desire to be a writer, however, discretion is sometimes the better part of valor. I believe that your time would be better spent in another field of work. I truly apologize for conveying these words much too late. Sincerely, Lewis. That might have said Lois. Words left unsaid. It does say Lois. Lois was the name of Mom's favorite writer, the writer she admired, the one who might have even inspired her to pursue writing. I couldn't begin to imagine how I'd feel if someone I respected told me to give it up. I imagined Mom opening the letter, hoping to find praise or encouragement, but the further she read, the greater the despair on her face. If a composer I admired had said the same to me, I wouldn't have been able to take it either. Yeah, that's kind of fucked. All right, how much do we got to get for this one? 85? Excuse me. I'm sorry I'm a degenerate, chat. I'm sorry I keep eating and drinking and burping and farting. Well, you guys probably only hear some of that, you know. Probably didn't have to out myself like that. What a blue phone. What an absolutely blue phone. Blue phone, who dis? Ah! Because it rhymes with new phone, who dis? I get it. Has anyone here been looking at the Lorwyn Eclipse spoilers for Magic the Gathering? They're pretty interesting, and if you haven't seen it yet, Wizards of the Coast did a crossover with the Jim Henson Company and made like a very like animated, not Muppet, but like a very interesting like puppet style character for that, and it's like a musical little segment to advertise for Lorwyn. It's pretty cool. An entertaining little like 3-minute segment. I enjoyed it when I watched it. While cleaning, I do kind of expect, if anybody's ever played the Power Wash Simulator games, I do keep expecting like a ding, you clean this part. Okay, ding, this part's clean. Okay, the ding, this part's clean. But that's not happening. Which hurts a little bit, but that's on me. That's a whole different game. Let's see here. I'm getting so close. Brother. Where is the rest of the mess? Do I have to answer? Oh, I gotta flip it. Man, this one's tough. There's a lot of little like bits and bobs you gotta get on here. Then again, some of this I went pretty fast on. So it does not surprise me that I missed a little bit here and there. $97.55%. Come on. And then we pop this back up. And there's. And we're at 95.59555995. Blaring thing I'm at. There it is. I can't dial 911. It only goes up to 7. Call recorded February 19th. I think I'll be admitted to the hospital soon. Could you help me? Tidy up the house, please. I don't have anyone else I can ask to do this. Lily, don't say that. I still have the spare key. So I'll go by when I have time. Thank you. Before you come, I'll put away things like the trophies. It's strange, isn't it? Back then I was so desperate to forget everything. But when I was cleaning the house and saw my typewriter and all the trophies, I remember the days when I wrote so happily. Why did we only realize how precious something is after we lose it? Writing and Adora. Lily, have you called Adora? I tried calling her 2 days ago, but she didn't answer. Maybe she changed her number? I left a voicemail, but I'm not sure if she heard it. If I were brave enough to call her sooner, would we still be in touch right now? Back then, I thought the best thing to do was to give her time. Landline phone. By calling a specific date, you can hear recordings from that day. Aw. Sorry, I didn't read that. The call was between Mom and my aunt. From her voice and coughing, I could hear how difficult it was for Mom to talk. After I left home, my pride and drive to prove myself held me back from contacting Mom. All this time, I never once thought about how Mom must have felt. I don't think that she would regret what she had done, nor did I know that she had called me if I had just called her when I changed my number. Oh, a letter from the past. As I looked at the old attic key that I found in Mom's typewriter, it reminded me of the excuse that brought me back home, finding my aunt's necklace. Maybe she knew everything and sent me here on purpose. I held the rusted key in my hand. It felt cold and hard, but somehow also warm. As I cleaned the key, Mom and Auntie's conversation continued. I felt like I was looking at myself when Adora said that someone had called her talented. She was just like my young, naive self. It was too painful to see her talking with those bright eyes full of hope. Excuse me. At that moment, I wasn't looking at Adora, but rather the child I used to be. '90. Wonder if the other items are hidden because they're like secrets, or if this really is like the last item. I'll feel a little bad if it's the last item. Oh, that says clean all objects 100%. The attic key that I found inside the typewriter. What will I find in the attic? Oh, it's like her writing desk. The recording ended with a violent cough from Mom. I was left stunned, my heart painfully heavy. After some time, I collected myself and headed to the attic with a key in tow. The attic had always been Mom's private space. When I snuck in as a child, it looked more like a storage room than somewhere fun, so I often wondered why Mom liked using it. As if to answer the question from my childhood, I found an old desk and chair in one corner of the room. On the desk laid a necklace, a dusty journal with an all too familiar name. If I never came back to this house and cleaned it, if I had left these mementos undisturbed beneath dust, I would have never learned about Mom's true feelings. I had a feeling that this diary had been waiting here all this time just for me. I carefully brushed back the thick dust and opened it. That day, when Adora handed me her tape with such excitement on her face, I could see the hope in her eyes. That innocent face, certain she could realize her dream. I knew that face well. I was afraid that she would curse her wasted years and regret everything. I need to stop this now. For her sake, I chose to be harsh. I believed that her hating me was the lesser of two evils. When I started to tidy up Adora's belongings, I was able to see the remnants of her dreams in my hands. Though through them, I could feel her sorrows and joys. That was when I looked back on my past, my younger self, who I had thought naive and foolish, was shining as brilliantly as those traces of Adora. I've wanted to tell her my true feelings, but I can't reach her anymore. All I can do is wait. I hope you return one day so I can tell you this. Adora, it was thanks to you that I was able to face myself again. Even though I was ashamed of my past, I was happy to see a part of myself in you. I had hurt you so gravely, yet you brought me comfort. I should have said this to you sooner. No matter what path you choose to walk, no matter how you live your life, I will always love and support you. Mom's diary ended there. After closing it, I noticed a letter laying on the corner of a desk. There was also something I thought I'd never see again, the cassette tape that I recorded my first song on. I put the tape into the cassette player and opened the envelope. The letter inside contained lyrics which seemed to accompany my song. I slowly recited Mom's lyrics, my novice melody, and her poetic verses complemented each other well, as if they had always been together from the very start. What would you do to see those lost birds once again? Looking above, your eyes danced with the dawning sky, gleaming with hope. They were clear as crystal. Was it me who dusted everything? Bright in my dream, you're singing to the moon and stars, even lighting up my room behind you. That it? Oh. Oh. Well, shit. I wasn't expecting to beat that 50 minutes into my 2-hour stream. Oh. Oh. I had so much barbecue sauce on my beard. Oh. What a really cute game. Oh. Well, now I don't know what to do. Don't worry, I'm just exiting the game. Because now that's done. But man, what a cute game. Highly recommend as a little cozy game just to clean up some stuff. Get in your feels a little bit. Let me think. So that was on the list for that, right? That was on the list for that. So here, what I'll do, I still have like an hour and a half of time to play. I won't do Skull, which is the other little indie game. That one's a roguelike. The reason I won't do Skull is because for Skull, I want to do it how I used to play, which is with alcohol, make it a drinking game, have a lot of fun with that. But I don't remember what the rules were for that drinking game. So we are going to hold off on Skull until I can get some good rules set in stone. But what we will do is we can because I'm not gonna remember shit about what I was doing or where I am. And is Sea of Stars on here? Did I buy that on my computer? Give me 1 second. I'm kind of live thinking what to do here. Sea of Stars was, yes, in fact, it's already downloaded, which is great. So I think we switch to like an hour of Sea of Stars probably, and finish out the stream on that. But to make my life a little bit easier, we're gonna call this the episode for Undusted Letters from the Past. So thank you guys for joining me for Undusted Letters of the Past. If you are in stream, please stick around. I will be continuing stream for another hour and a half or so, playing some Sea of Stars. But for those of you over on YouTube, thank you so much for watching. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and interact in any way to keep the content coming. Feel free to jump over to twitch.tv/dwarven_lion to watch live and interact with chat and everybody else. If you are new to the channel, welcome. I appreciate you. Hello. But yeah, I love you guys. Stay safe. I'll see you guys next video if this is on YouTube. And if it's not on YouTube, give me like... I'm going to change the title right now. That way it's already changed. I'm going to stop, then start the stream. And then we'll just pick it up right from there. Give me 1 second. Let me name it. Sea of Stars. All right, so I'm going to be right back. Just let me stop stream. I'll restart it in just a second. Everybody over on YouTube, thank you so much. I appreciate the watch. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, interact in any way. You're getting this a second time because why the fuck not? Join over on Twitch to interact live and have some fun in chat. Yeah, if you're on YouTube, see you guys next video. If you're on Twitch, see you in like 2 minutes.